What's up, everybody? This is Cody with the Tree Ordinance. It's Monday, and we're going to do a little quick rundown of what's going over with all the new gun law changes and what's coming up. We did a video earlier last week about what we got out of the Big Beautiful Bill. Because of what went down with the Big Beautiful Bill as far as suppressors, short barrel rifles, short barrel shotguns, and AOWs, Firearms Policy Coalition, Gun Owners of America, and a couple other groups have already filed lawsuits because, and this is just kind of some in the weeds legal stuff. In 1936, the NFA was challenged at the Supreme Court as being unconstitutional. The Supreme Court ruled it was constitutional because of the fact that it was a tax. It was not a gun ban, it was not a gun registration, it was a tax. Well, under the Big Beautiful Bill, it's no longer a tax. It is a $0 tax. You don't pay a tax on your suppressors, on your shorties, on your AOWs. So FPC and GOA has filed that lawsuit going forward saying that this is an unconstitutional gun registry because of the fact that there is no tax on it. Now, more legal stuff going on. Under the Fifth Circuit, there was a recent ruling come out that non-felon adults in the United States aged 18, 19, and 20 can go forward and purchase handguns. It's been, you have to be 21 to buy a handgun for as long as I've been in the gun business, as long as I can remember. Now, under the Fifth Circuit Court ruling, that's no longer the case. I've got to call in with my local ATF to see like when I can start selling handguns to people under the age of 21, and I'll throw a post up on social media as soon as I find that out. So that was a Fifth Circuit Court ruling. The Trump administration's DOJ said that they're not going to challenge that ruling. They're going to let it stand. So going forward, 18, 19, 20-year-olds, hey, you're a legal adult in the United States. You can buy your guns too. Now, more legislative stuff coming out. The House GOP committee on the Commerce, Justice, and Science Appropriations Bill. I had to read that and make sure I've got the right bill that's coming out. It has been loaded up with Pro 2A stuff. Now, they're just now writing the appropriations bill. It's got to go through the committee and the appeals process and then go to the House floor. So who knows if any of this stuff is actually going to be in there. But the next funding bills that are coming for September for fiscal year 2026 for the federal government, that's what these bills are being written for now. So looking down here at my computer, just some of the stuff, here's some of the top hits that they're putting in there that's going to be Pro 2A. They're wanting to completely defund state gun confiscation laws and gun buyback programs. So under the Biden Safer Communities Act, it was passed, essentially Senator John Cornyn's the reason that it got passed. The federal government has grants and programs that they're putting out there for gun buyback programs, red flag laws, stuff like that. They're going to completely defund all that. Next is the frame and receiver rule. So you guys in the past that have built like your 80% lowers and stuff like that, and that was found illegal. And that was part of the Safer Communities Act and ATF regulation change that did all that. It went through the court with the Vanderstock decision, and I think the court ruled the wrong way, but now they're trying to go in there legislatively and strip all that language out and make it a law and written and passed through Congress and signed by the president, that you can manufacture your own lower receivers, Glock frames, pistol frames, whatever you're wanting. Now, the next thing on the hit list is the ATF has a gun registry. The FBI has a gun registry. It's illegal. They're not supposed to have it. Whenever you run a background check on somebody, me as a gun dealer, I run a background check. You as a customer, when you buy a gun, you fill out your background check 4473. There's a record kept of that transaction. It doesn't have a serial number on it and stuff like that. What it is I'm essentially submitting your personal information to the FBI and be like, can he legally purchase a handgun or a long gun, whichever one it is? I get that answer back. Those records are supposed to be kept on file for 30 days and then deleted. And it's been, federal government's been caught multiple times not deleting that stuff. And it essentially, it doesn't know the serial number you got, but it knows John Doe was buying a pistol, or John Doe was buying a rifle, or John Doe was buying a shotgun. That is It's already illegal, but nobody's ever like forced them to delete all those records. So that's the next thing to do, is they're going to go in and force the ATF and the FBI to delete those records at 30 days. And to me, it seems pretty simple. I mean, it's something that you can do in the computer coding in the system, that when this hits 30 days in 1 hour, it just automatically deletes that record from the system. So they're going to try and put that in law, get that passed. Next, the House is proposing to go hard after the ATF's budget, with the biggest budget cut in the ATF history. And that's the language they're using right now, is the biggest budget cut in ATF history. Nobody's really saying how much that is. Now, a lot of people in the gun community are kind of scared of that because of like the background check on suppressors and machine guns and all that stuff. They're worried that you're going to go back from the 24-hour to 1 week wait times we have now back up to the year-long wait times that we had in the past. But one of the provisions that's in this proposed bill is the ATF will only get 40% of the budget that is passed. So just for real, I have no clue what it is. Let's say they're going to use $1 billion for the ATF budget. I have no clue what the ATF budget is now. I'm just throwing that number out there. If they don't keep the wait times down on the NFA stuff, they're only going to get 40% of that budget that was passed. So if it's $100,000 for the ATF budget, they're only going to get 40 grand if they don't keep those wait times down. So the budget that they're going to have, they're going to have to keep directing funds to the NFA processing stuff. Okay, now here's where everybody in the YouTube community or social media, they're like, oh, like and subscribe and all that. If you want to like and subscribe, I'm starting to do more of these videos. I'm trying to put information out there of what guns are coming to the public, what law changes are coming, stuff like that. If you want to like and subscribe, great. If you want to support the channel, go to the website, ogletreeordnance.com, OGLETREEORDNANCE.com. Buy yourself a gun, buy yourself ammunition, magazines, buy yourself a knife. If you want to support us, go to the website and buy something to protect yourself, buy something to protect your family. Y'all have a great week.